Hello everyone and welcome to another fun, exciting week of the next issue. This week I thought we'd take on the Merc with the Mouth himself, Deadpool. Now from comics, movies, and games to, just about anything in between, Deadpool has so much history, so much things that we could get into. There's just no way I have enough time, at least this week, to get into pretty much all of it. So I figured this week I would cover a lot of the main stuff that I know I love to follow when it comes to Deadpool. Now I know a lot of you are thinking, yeah, Power Trip, you've already missed the Deadpool train. I mean, the movie was a good bit ago now, and while everyone loves the character, I mean, everyone really knows everything about him, and it's everyone loves the guy. He breaks the fourth wall. He's foul-mouthed. He's both a hero and a villain. Started as a villain, now more like an anti-hero, pretty much. But what is it that's going to make your episode different than just Googling Deadpool and going through everything I can find on there and, listening to other podcasts or whatever? Well, I'll tell you the main thing I'm going to go into that a lot of people don't really touch upon is not Deadpool quite himself. Because, like I mentioned, everybody knows Deadpool. Everyone loves Deadpool for the most part. But there's not really... I mean, it's one of those cases where if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. So, he's not really changed overall in several years. I mean, there was that stint where he lost his healing powers and got his looks back because of it. And then all that was undone. But that is the story of comics now, isn't it? Starting a wonderful story, changing the status quo, and if you've got the guts to keep it changed, at least to a degree, or make some kind of big ramifications that will be felt for years to come, keep that stuck in there for a while, but for the most part, change everything back, just so, you can move on to the next Deadpool or comic book related story in general, and have the character the way it was the whole time it's been selling, But I think for me, one of the best selling points for Deadpool, other than the normal, is his teammates, the people that he bounces the stuff off of. And I'm not talking about just his best friend, Hydra Bob, or anything like that, but his rivals, his friends, the people that he gets to really be himself around, and we get to see the effects of him, like his personality, grating on some of our favorite characters' nerves. Currently, one of the big books out is the Deadpool Spider-Man series. And, oh man, that book has sold out just about every single issue since its release. Deadpool and Spider-Man together as a team-up is probably one of the most brilliant team-ups they've done in a while for a team-up book. And, I mean, you can't ask for anything better, especially because you've got... It's not even... honestly, it's not my favorite version of Spidey right now. That was before the not-so-wonderfulness of Brand New Day and One More Day and all that good stuff. Because, personally, in my humble opinion, I think pre-Mephisto'd altered reality Spider-Man was far better. But once again, that's my humble opinion there. But no, you've got single Spidey, who's not married, not cooped up, all that. And especially coming out of Secret Wars, he's kind of taken more to being like the Iron Man light. He's got his own corporation now. He's gone global. He's left New York in the hands of Miles Morales, and he's just going and doing his own thing. But he's got that team up with Deadpool there that just makes it even better, because now you've got Deadpool pairing up with a Spidey that's even more so than normal with the witty banter and can really let loose more than the older Peter Parker would have. And honestly, if you've not had a chance to pick up the series, you really should. It's almost every single page is going to make you just laugh till you're just crying. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, probably my second favorite team-up I've ever seen with Deadpool is the long-standing friendship he's had with Cable. Now, when he first appeared, he was a villain for Cable and his New Mutants team, and this was, his first appearance was mostly set as a villain. He had all of his abilities and everything from the get-go, but you didn't really know who this guy was when he first started, and over the years, we've all discovered who Wade Wilson is, but having him paired up with Cable is another one of those just brilliant ideas, because here's the guy that, he looks like someone that's going to take everything dead serious. He's from the future. He's been having this all-out war with Apocalypse to save the world, and he's trying to stop and prevent that future from happening. But when you've got a character like Deadpool, who can break the fourth wall, knows he's a fictional character, thus he kind of can use that, and he does use that information against people, what's your next best pairing with a guy like that? It's to have someone, story-wise, is from the future, who's also going to know what's coming next, and isn't going to be surprised by that kind of thing. And it's like the ultimate bromance there, if I could say that, in the sense of, here's these two characters who use two completely different ways to know what's about to happen and use it to their fullest advantage, and it just, they get into all these amazing fun little adventures because of it. And just watching Cable, who's normally all serious and all that, just have to tolerate Deadpool's crap over and over and over again, knowing full well that he could use his mutant ability to just wipe Wade's mind clean, healing factor or not. It's absolutely amazing. There's a reason that they had a team book of Cable and Deadpool for so long, and it did rather well, honestly. I don't think it's done as well as Deadpool Spider-Man, but it did do very well. Now, the last pairing up I'm going to say has not actually been much of a team up, but like I mentioned earlier, I was going to say a rival, and that's seeing this goofy character such as Deadpool, who's just absolutely badass. How he's in the movie is pretty much how he's in the comics and everything, but him going up against a cosmic, overpowered being such as Thanos, the Mad Titan, and especially when you've got this big, giant cosmic threat, you think, oh, well, Deadpool must be fighting him to save the world. No. Deadpool's fighting him because him and Thanos are both in love with the entity known as Death. The actual, the Grim Reaper, so to speak. In the Marvel Universe, Death is female, and Thanos is in love with Death. Turn around, Death is in love with Deadpool. And Deadpool is, just Deadpool. So to have this giant cosmic being of a threat constantly having to have this fight with this, to him, tiny, insignificant mutant that just keeps coming back every time he steps on him, he doesn't want to kill Deadpool outright, because then Deadpool's going to be with Death, and that's what he's trying to avoid. And in a few senses, a few times you actually see it in the books, he does end up killing Deadpool, and then turns around inadvertently, or not inadvertently, but turns around and brings him back to life for that whole reason. It's like, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, but turn around and it's like, no, I can't have you dead, because then you're going to be with my woman, so I gotta bring you back to life. And it's just, it's absolutely fantastic. Anytime you can see Deadpool and Thanos in a room together, it's just, it's like watching, I'd say 90s WWE wrestling, because it's the tension there when you've got two really big rivals about to go at it, Austin and The Rock, or Jericho and Triple H, or anything like that from a wrestling standpoint, or, anytime you've got something that it's just, walking on eggshells, I guess would be the best way I can put that. So, but that's all I've got time for this week. Like I said, I was trying something new with the Deadpool take of actually going more into some of his team ups, and some of the best team ups I've found. And I definitely want to recommend going out, picking up a few of the graphic novels of Deadpool and Cable. See if you can find some of the story arcs of Deadpool when he was having to, deal with Thanos. And if you can, pick up some of the current issues of Deadpool Spider-Man. I really think you're going to enjoy them. But I will catch you all next time, next week, for the next issue.